Hello everybody and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB and I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings, but before we do anything else, let's have a look at the championship. Well, we're looking at the Drivers' Championship and it doesn't really make any difference because Mike Bundy is already Season 4 champion. He won it last week in Silverstone with a 64-point gap. 65-point gap from Electro Dan in P2. Patasol behind the main championship rival who won the first race, not here tonight, is in P3. I don't think he'll be passed by, unless Gold Colours wins tonight, he will not be passed by him. But Gold Colours is in P4. James Braden is in P5, and Ollie is in P6. Lionel is in P7. Honey Badger is in P8 after a stonking race win last week. Thomas is in P9, and Smelly Badger is in P10. Outside the top 10 is the Season 3 champion T. Jonas in P11, Scented Crumpets in P12, Bojo is in P13, Rockin' Kid is in P14, Ryan Cut is in P15, Brett is in P16, Twan is in P17, though he's not here tonight, Z-Trexter is in P18, Virus is in P19, and Leon is in P20. The Constructors' Championship, though, is all lit up, as I need to put my teeth in, and by 3 points. So anything can happen in this one. By 3 points, Mercedes is in P1 ahead of Toro Rosso in P2. Battle for P3 though between McLaren and Williams. Wish we could hear that in real Formula 1 now. Williams get quicker. They're in P3 and P4, and Renault is in P5. Haas is in P6. Alfa Romeo is in P7, and Red Bull is in P8. Racing Point is in P9. Ferrari languishing by 5 points adrift from Racing Point in P10. Though I'm not on my own tonight. And tonight we have a little bit of a different setting. I am not streaming tonight because we have James with us. Hello, James. How are you?
Hello, and I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well. James is new to SFR, known by Cadwell, so we'll have a bit of rivalry here between which one's the best circuit between Cadwell and Silverstone. It's all going to be fun. Hello, Billy. How are you? But yes, James. So you come into SFR literally at the end of the championship. It's a little bit more relaxed though, isn't it? I mean, it's fun to see that you're coming in. Does this mean that potentially you'll be streaming next season?
Yeah, I think I will be, potentially.
Well, if that is true, but obviously management have to write out a long contract about it. It's all boring. I only read about 3 pages of it. But when they do, if that happens, I will be looking to be taking on a driver's role in GP2 next season. So yay, cheers! As I may actually have to drive a racing car for once, which is terrifying. The prospect of me racing.
Yeah.
All right, so James, Brazil, you were saying to me off the show, it's not your best track on the calendar, but what is appealing about this track here in Sao Paulo?
The thing that I like about this circuit is the tight corners and how everyone overtakes like into the corner section, and it's nice to see there's not many actual straights on this, so it's difficult for the drivers.
It is a very difficult, tight, twisty circuit. We have turns 1 and 2, which is the Senna S's, which on this game, if you can invalidate at any point, all the way up to turn 3, which is incredibly difficult. Sector 2, which is you have to trust the driver if you're going to overtake someone in Sector 2, aren't you?
Yeah, it always is tricky around that Sector 2. I've always spun out after like corner like 5 or 6, so yeah.
Nonetheless, it's going to be fun. We have got a few drivers getting ready. I think we got an 18 car grid tonight, so it looks like someone might have just left. It looks like, has Yaron just left us? Go look through my little books here. Yeah, it looks like Yaron has just left us. So it looks like we're going to have 18 cars heading towards. We have been given the command, so the drivers will be sent onto track now for qualifying here in Brazil. The last race of the season in our shortened championship here in SFR, and Season 4 has been very fun. But the championship isn't done. Constructors' Championship, Mercedes and Toro Rosso are going at it this season. They've been going at it since round 1, James. And I know it's tough to come into a championship right at the end and try and guess what's happening in it, but trust me, we're going to help you out tonight.
Okay. Any help would be amazing, thanks.
This guy, according to Sweetie, any comments to take up or auctioning? I'm not selling anything. I tried selling myself. It didn't go right. Why do you think I was commentator for another season? But this track is very susceptible to wet weather, isn't it, James?
Yeah, because I think it was it 2017 that we had wet qualifying, and last year we had wet qualifying as well, so I think anything goes around here.
I think it'd be really interesting if we have another 2016-esque race where it's completely wet
Yeah.
and drivers are spinning out and crashing and death and destruction to racing cars. I have a real bad problem with that. See, that's all that next season's going to be. If I ever get a part of a team, I'm just going to be costing them bills and bills and bills of fixing cars. Oh, Sweezy complaining that he selected the wrong tyre compounds. But nonetheless, it's going to be fun. So, on to qualifying here. What is your best strategy for qualifying if it's dry? It is dry. How disappointing.
For dries, what would I say? I don't really know but go for the try a lap on the start again on the softest compound, and then get your best lap on like the hardest, because then it's easier for the race, as I've found out in other leagues that I've commentated on. It does that.
So you're actually jumping in there to say that it's completely dry now, so we will have a dry running here in Brazil. Monopoly of dry races here in the final races of the Season 4 calendar here at SFR. Yaram has joined us, and the difficulty with Yaram is the fact that he's now going to have to do the race with no setup whatsoever and no qualifying lap time. So he'll have no track time in whichever car he gets put in, and that's going to be really tough for the British driver, isn't it, James?
Yeah, because it's always tight at this circuit, and if you qualify down in the back, then it's hard always to get up here. It's like Monaco, not as bad as Monaco, but it's like that. You always want to qualify well here to get out of corner 1 and 2 without getting in like a crash or anything, as I've discovered.
Chain going well. The 58 car is on track now. We're trying to track who the first cars out in qualifying are. James, just let you know, Chain Gang is the first driver out, and looks like Cindy Crumpus was the second driver out to set a lap time, but we know that Sweezy and the Ferrari squad are next as Yaram leads the session, so maybe he'll come back after the 18-minute qualifying session and get into the car, or he might just say no. And I've just had someone show off to me that they know more knowledge about Bentley, seeing as they sort of work there, and Ryan Cutt lagging out the session. That's not promising for the final race of the season, is it?
No. I've no idea what happened there, but yeah, I don't know. What would you say the fastest times should be around here?
The fastest time around here should be. I mean, we saw it. There was an esports event going on last night. We saw our drivers in here. They're both McLarens are now a GP3 pairing for tonight. The qualifying time last night, I think, was a 1:07.8 in dry conditions. I'll have a look now. So this track's traffic is the hardest point, I think. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Pasley, championship runner-up in GP3 is out of qualifying. So James, just take us through what you're looking at while I try and find the qualifying time.
What was looking at Swayze just around the circuit. So yeah, Swayze
around the circuit.
Yeah. He is. I don't know if you know what corner he's in, but he's in, I think, the third to last corner now. Yep, first to last corner now, heading up now to complete a lap off. He is, but Chain just did a 1:87. So is it 1:8?
1:86 for JB Ogan now. The qualifying lap time last night, obviously. Oh, as we see JB Ogan crashing in the ZRSs on my screen. It feels odd not to be streaming that. So what I see, no one else sees now. That really is weird. But he lost it in the ZRS. You see it on the stream just at the last second. I do have the see Pazzi saying the curb was wet. Let's see if I can find the qualifying time.
I can tell you some qualifying times if you want.
Yeah, please do. What's your best qualifying time?
What do we have? What do we have? Let me just look in something else that we did, because we have some qualifying times for that.
Ollie has gone fastest now with a 1:07.7. So the Renault driver looking to perform well in after a few races here. Pure Driving, who's the Irishman from GP3, had his debut last night. Racing once more, is looking to have some fun with the GP2 guys.
Oh, just put these on. Pure racing. Yeah, the fastest that I could see was a 173. So.
Well, I'm cycling through whilst attempting to commentate at the same time, which is also very good. I haven't been a co-commentator since 2016, so forgive me if I do sort of take over by accident.
No, that's absolutely fine. You take over. That's absolutely fine.
I think as I skip through as much as I can, the qualifying lap time last night in GP3 was a 107.5. I think was the 107.5 was the final qualifying time. So we're gonna have some fun to see, because look at that, the GP2 drivers only 2 tenths off that already, as Electrodan with the Senna helmet comes up towards the line, showing that he wants to show off the Toro Rosso speed tonight. Toro Rosso have had a good season, a brilliant season, not less after getting the springboard they had last season, with Linnell almost winning the championship for the same team. Carried that on after Lee moved to Red Bull. For this season, McLaren languishing at the bottom, languishing in P4 after being so strong, struggling a lot this season. 12 minutes to go. Already 2 tenths off the GP3 time. That seems that maybe the GP2 guys are feeling a little bit racy tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, I personally say low 17s because I think I did this circuit about 3 weeks ago on a different league, and the fastest time on that was a 173. So anything can go with this, I think, because these are probably quicker than the GP3s by a little bit, and I think they probably may do that.
Linnell doing his traditional practice whilst in qualifying. He loves the danger of that, jumping into P8. Could be a chance that Linnell beats out the champion, Mike Bundy. Mike Bundy saying that he struggles at this track quite heavily, so we'll see what he can do as gold colours comes through wearing the red helmet tonight. You don't have any rules on fixed helmets or anything, James, so they get very creative with their helmet designs, as you'll see it through. I wonder what Bundy's running tonight, 'cause he often changes his. Let's have a look. Oh, he's running the copper helmet as Ryan Cup rejoins us. Copper and I believe it's copper. Yeah, that looks coppery. Copper and black. So that'll be his champion helmet, I believe. I think he won a gold one. Yeah, he had a gold and black one last race in Silverstone. So gold colours has been our most successful driver in qualifying all season long, but unfortunately has never converted his pace in qualifying to a race win. He's had a few chances, but then he's had mechanical failures in the cars, which has affected him. So he's not won a race, and he could have won the championship if he had stayed consistent through the season without winning a race, and that would have been one hell of a stat there, wouldn't it? As we lose Sweezy, the Ferrari reserve driver. See if I can find out where that was. I'm in sector 1 now of Lee now. I think the car has been removed, so I can't see it. Anyway, we've got the healthy competition between Cadwell and Silverstone here.
I've been to Silverstone and do say it's a really nice circuit, so that's
it's really nice before they resurfaced it. Yeah, I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, well, I think was it MotoGP where they complained that it was too bouncy and it was too bad in the rain.
They couldn't race MotoGP, one because it was too wet, but also because the surface was horrible. The F1 drivers were struggling with it.
Yeah.
I went on the surface a few weeks ago. When I went on it, I saw how broken apart it was. It had been, and it was a horrible sight to see. So they're resurfacing it now, actually, before the British Grand Prix in Silverstone Classic.
Colours just to tell you, has just gone second.
On the soft tyres, what a lap there. We'll see what colours the God can get up to tonight. I do like his red helmet. I'm gonna say, I like his red helmet tonight. Leon, P4. That we're looking at setting crumpets. Setting qualifying that time. There was talk that he had received a qualifying ban for some of the moves that he received in as he jumps up to P8. Some of the moves in Silverstone. But I think that's down to I think the stewards have noted what happened there, and rather than receiving a penalty towards the last race of the season, being a little bit kinder.
Yeah. That is good, because it's always bad. Yeah, and that corner there that I just was telling about beforehand, in a race that I had, two cars going side by side and one knocked into them and out they go. So anywhere around here you can get very big crashes around here, as I have discovered.
Crashes can happen. So 2 yellow flags. This track is so short, and it's a long race though, 36 laps of racing, but yet such a short track. It comes quickly. The race, I'm going to rephrase exactly what I said there. It goes quickly, but at the same time, as Ollie goes even faster, 107.5, getting closer to that GP3 margin. Has he beaten the GP3 margin now?
I'll have a look for you.
That's alright, mate. I'm terrible today.
No, it's absolutely fine, I can look. GP3 was a GP3 yesterday.
Yeah.
Was a 156. A 17.56, as I should have just said.
Okay, there we go. So there, 156. If they're doing that, then they're driving rocket ships around here. That's why I was thinking that can't be right. But yeah, so we're close to that. We're only it's James Braden's in the grass. The Williams not having fun. Shane going well, a 1.7, and that has beaten GP3 qualifying time. A 1.7.528. Shane going well, the Dutch driver, showing why he wants to take the fight next season to Honey Badger, the flying Dutchman. James Braden on his outlap though, making a mistake. Those tyres are going to be knackered as we get into the final 7 minutes of qualifying here in Interlagos. The pit lane's difficult as well, as we saw last night. There's 2 lines, and you can miss it. You can miss the first line and make a mistake. I don't know if you've ever found that as well.
Yeah, it's always difficult. It's when you're coming out the pits as well. It's always difficult if you get a warning or penalty for actually cutting the lines, as I found out a couple of times.
Rockin' Kid is on a lap time now. If you could take a look at him on the stream, please, James.
Yep, there you go.
So Rockin' Kid is having some fun. A few drivers here. I think there's only one driver making a GP2 debut tonight, and that is Pure Driving, who drove last night in GP3 for his debut, and tonight he gets his GP2 debut. Only 18 cars tonight. Ryan Cat has rejoined the feed and able to qualify by the looks of it. Rockin' Kid in the Alfa Romeo cars looked pretty stable all the way through his lap time on the soft tyres. I keep wanting to call them the mediums, and it's getting very annoying.
Yep.
Running up towards the line now. What can Rockin' Kid do? What do you foresee this lap time as?
A 1.8. Oh, anyway, 1.87 he does.
It had a 7 and an 8 in it, just it wasn't in the right order.
Yeah, I said a 1.78, and then he did a 1.87. So I'm completely off.
No, not really. It's all it's down to the 10th of a second. It's so difficult. Pure Driving also on a lap time now. I'm going to search around and see if I can find anything interesting that's happening.
Smelly.
Big lock up for Pure Driving.
Smelly Badger, I think, is about to finish his lap. Let's see what he does. 1.89. So goes 13th.
Smelly Badger, who runs a dual series SFR. He this season about midway through he started running in GP3 as well as in GP2. So he got some extra lap times last night. Had a dismal race. I think he finished in P8 or something. But he so he's now thinking that he'll be heading down to GP2 to the Tuesday League for next season. Just realised with the fact that I'm not streaming, I can have the telemetry up today.
What?
When I'm streaming, I don't normally have the telemetry up. But it's your preference whether you have it up or not.
If you don't want the telemetry up, I can take it off if you want.
It's your choice, mate. I don't mind. It's different streamers' opinions. I don't like to have too much on the screen while I'm streaming.
Yeah, fair enough.
But when someone else says that they can choose to have it, I don't mind.
Well, it just as quickly point on that last stream I did though, people wanted to know how fast they were going, so it's the options.
For us, we only put it on occasionally in qualifying because of certain people looking to either doing a lap time through or with certain situations of it, but we don't put it on during the race because of fuel strategies and that. We don't want fuel strategies to be revealed or anything. Honey Badger driving on track, the Nicky Lauda helmet out in final force. Lee Nell jumping into the chat, race director Lee Nell, who's in P14 now, saying that looking good for Toro Rosso tonight. Well, yeah, looking better than Mercedes are right now, but Honey Badger is on a lap time now. What can the Flying Dutchman get up to? If he revs that car to absolute sin. Crossing the line, it's a slow that time, it's a 108.2. That puts him up to P8, but he is still the lead Mercedes as Mike Bundy, champion, is struggling. Steve Pasley, I can make Steve Pasley a moderator as well.
Somebody's off in sector. There's green flags out there, so I don't know what that was.
Someone possibly getting out of the way to let drivers through to see what would happen. But now we're looking at Mike Bundy, or Bundy, if we started calling him with the name change, coming through towards the final set of the corners. Oh, big rear end slide for the Mercedes. He does not enjoy this racing track. He prefers driving in tracks with a little bit less elevation changes, I believe, as he runs up towards the line now. He's never had a good race here. Heading towards the DRS zone active now. Powering down, helping the inside pit wall as close as he can. It's a 108.2, which is still behind his teammate for Mercedes, barely separated by a cigarette paper.
Let's have a look. Who else is on a lap?
Current pole sitter, chain going well, is under as he's coming through the middle sector. He's on a lap time now, and he's got Electro Dan in front. Hopefully Electro Dan does not block him. If Electro Dan's on a lap time, which he is not on a lap time, he's got to start thinking about getting out of the way for the Haas, but the Haas isn't really closing in enough. Oh, sorry, no, I stand corrected. Chain going is not on a lap time now. He's on 0 ERS, so he will not be going out, unless it's a visual glitch. Steady back. Linell improving, but still a waves off his teammate in P14. $50 left of qualifying here in as Colours the God absolutely destroying it as JB Ogun retires, destroying the GP3 time and going for a 107.147 to say I want pole position, and he wants to end the season on the high. He wants to win the final race of this season, and he's looking excited, and he's in the best position right now because he's currently winning the championship for Toro Rosso, I believe. Honey Badger is not going to improve his lap time. Mike Bundy is not going to improve his lap time. It's all gone wrong for Mercedes with timings. Unless it's got, Honey Badger is way down, and that's it. Oh wait, no, he is going to have a lap time, but Mike Bundy will not. No, Mike Bundy is down by 1.2. Excuse me, I've completely forgotten how to do commentary for a second. Hello, Jordan. How are we tonight? What are you looking at, James, on the stream?
We're just looking at Honey Badger doing his lap, making his way now into Sector 2. I think he'll be the last one who does set a lap here, but I don't know. I don't know really. Maybe he will improve, but it doesn't look like it. No, he's back way off there. He's backed off now, and that means I think he's finished.
Mike Bundy P7, and that's Honey Badger is going to be out qualified by his teammate here, and he's at risk of being knocked out of the top 10 by Smelly Badger, who's in P14 right now. You know, Smelly Badger's down his time as well, so that is it for qualifying here in Brazil, barring if Ollie can improve, and Ollie does improve, but no, he doesn't improve. So Colours the God is our pole tonight from the very, very, very quiet James Brayden, who jumped there after a big spin midway through, but the top three all much quicker than the qualifying time in GP3. I was retiring, but that was a good qualifying session, wasn't it, James?
Yeah, it was all very close to the top there. All set. Just if you want to know, all the top 9 separated by 0.999, so all under a second.
This has been an insane qualifying session. But Colours of God is on pole tonight ahead of James Braden and Electro Dan. Both Toro Rossos doing the job right now if they want to be Constructors Champions. Mercedes won the Constructors Championship last night in GP3. They're aiming to make it a monopoly right now of winning in both divisions all season long. As Mercedes so often does. So, by 1.36 temps, Colours of God is P1 ahead of James Braden in P2, Electro Dan is in P3. Shane Gainwell is in P4 and Ollie is in P5. JB Ogan is in P6. Mike Bundy, champion, is in P7. Leon is in P8. Ron Kidd is in P9. Honey Badger is in P10. Pure Driving is P11. Done a fresh tyre choice from now. Cinder Crumpets is in P12. Linell in P13. Smelly Badger in P14. Alco in P15. Swayze in P16. Steve Pasley crashing out in P17. Ryan Cut lagged out, did not get us out of lap time. And now
Breathe.
we get ready for the race. I'm excited. How are you, James? This is going to get fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see another race at the circuit. Since the last time,
dark clouds here.
Since the last time I did do a race here.
We've got some news with real Formula One though. As we wait for them all to log in, the fact that Honda are bringing a second engine upgrade to the Red Bull team and Toro Rosso teams for 2019. It's French Grand Prix this weekend. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? And we all get to have a try with the Red Bull Honda next week with the Formula One 2019 game being released. You know, pay us, Codemasters, please. We need them money.
Yeah.
I've actually been. Well, I haven't been. I've stood outside the Codemasters offices in Birmingham.
Cool.
Yeah. Terrible brag right there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, not really.
So both Toro Rossos leading us away as we head onto the formation lap here, and it is good luck to all as we get ready for the final lights out of the Season 4 Championship. And you got to say, it is advantage Toro Rosso heading into this fight with the Drivers' Championship already done.
Yeah. It is all fights Toro Rosso for the constructors.
Mercedes in P7.
Yeah,
Sure.
it may just be, it may be a battle as well though, as I'm going to say, for third position between the McLaren and the Williams.
Yeah, highest place Williams is P2 is the only Williams this night, and Yaron electing not to be racing after he lagged out of the lobby and couldn't qualify. So Williams are they at risk of losing P3 of the championship?
Well, they are. If I just do my calculations correct, let me just do some quick calculations for you.
So as we wait and see, if we head towards the grid now,
They are
colours lining up.
Just to tell you, Williams are 17 points ahead, so they could.
What did they? So if James Braden finished, if it finished how it started, and both McLarens outside the points, that's fine. Williams will retain P3 in the championship. But
Yep.
James Braden, he's going to go for the race win tonight. He's not in the championship fight, and he's going to have some fun fighting the Toro Rossos. Remember, Williams is a customer Mercedes team, so this could backfire to the Toro Rossos very quickly.
Yeah, it could definitely.
All right then. So we head to 5 red lights here in Brazil. For the final time of Season 4, the lights are on. To 5 red lights, the lights are held. The lights are out and the drivers are away. Now it's a very quick start from James Braden in P2. Swayze dropping down. James Braden in the second phase isn't able to challenge Colours to God as they run into turn 1. There's a Williams wide. It's Ollie. as he battles on with the Ferrari. There's the Hassel chain game. Well, Smelly Badger has dropped down the field even further as he tries to stay out of trouble. There's a spinning Ryan Cutts alongside him, who loses the event just a slight bit. But now, as we head into the second sector, Colours have got leads from James Braden in P2.
Good start that was. Got to say, as there's battling at the back of the field as well.
Oh, Smelly Badger, both Red Bulls out in lap 1. Major collision. And it seems that maybe C. Pasley has had a look at that, but both Red Bulls out. And Christian Horner is going to be absolutely livid with whatever happened there. And I do hope there wasn't contact between them as JB Ogan drops down to P7 from Leon.
Yeah, sadly we were just a bit late joining that one, so didn't see what happened there.
Very Badger saying enough's enough. That's GP2 done for me. Lee now saying that's enough. That's GP2 done for me right now. Season 4's done for the runner-up in Season 3. Colours the God leads away though. What on earth happened there? Red Bull are going to be absolutely livid. Swayze into pit lane with a damaged front wing, deciding to take out the marker board. Mike Bundy's not going to be happy about that. As Honey Badger gets battling with Rocking Kid into the centre rest. Now Honey Badger actually gets staffed out wide. He's at risk of being passed by Pure Driving in P11, who's starting to get closer and closer to the Irishman, looking at the backside of the Dutch driver as Chain Game Wow gets passed by Ollie. But no move there from the Irishman as he gets under pressure from Centre Crumpets alongside him.
You can still see a bit of the car at the corner, so I don't actually know what happened because we because the stream sadly didn't see that because we were a bit late joining that one. But side by side they go then. Are they going to make it through? Doesn't look like Ryan Cut is going to get through Crumpet there, but he tries now. Is he going to make it through? Let's around the outside here. I don't think he is. He may lose the position to the McLaren of Alco. Will he? Let's just check. No, he won't. It stays as it is.
Right now, Colours to God is the fastest man on track as Centre Crumpets tries to battle on with Ryan Cut. DRS has been enabled, so they're going to have some fun with our little flappy front wing. As Ryan Cut down the inside of turn 1. He doesn't make the move stick, and he's going to have to be careful. Centre Crumpets, renowned for great defending, is under pressure.
Yeah, he's got to be careful.
Mike Bundy being passed by Rocking Kid into this corner here before the Sector 2 splits. And Mike Bundy again showing why Mercedes struggle at this track. Tell you now, some team radio popped up from the Red Bull squad, and I tell you now, it's not the nicest team radio from Lionel. I think that's basically his season summed up in one message, which involved a lot of F and a joke.
Fair enough.
Mercedes now. I wonder if they'll swap positions here. What do you think, James?
Sorry about that. I was just listening to something. Never mind. Ryan. Right. Sorry. Back to the battle with Ryan though. He's quite close now. He looks to the inside line. Will he make it stick this time? Will he make it stick as Swayze's back in the pits? There's something must be wrong with that. Let's have a look.
Oh, he's fed the racing point off the track, Ryan Cut, just leaving no room for him. He's saying, look, this is what you did at Silverstone, but Centre Crumpets, who traditionally runs a slimmer car, he's pushing hard towards the line, and Ryan Cut is back behind him. Sector 2, we have a yellow flag. I'm not sure who it was. It looked to be Swayze, to be honest. Yeah, it's Swayze by the looks of it. Yeah, he's off the track, getting out of the way of everyone. It's not the traditional way of getting out of the way of people, but okay.
Oh.
The race at the top, though. Can I ask you to look at the race at the top for me?
So they've just touched. They've just touched. We saw that last second there. Alco was going inside and hit Crumpets out there. But yes, we can go back to the top now and look at the battle for the lead. Side by side they go. And James is through. On Colours of God there, James is through, so it is now Williams in the lead of the race now.
So angry sounds from Red Bull. We finally have a code of what happened there as Leon gets close to the back of his teammate. We finally have a word as he's pulling alongside the Dutch driver, Red Bull have said that there was contact between C. Pasley, the reserve driver from GP3, and Lienel, which ended up taking out both of the Red Bulls. So I think that will be investigated after the Grand Prix by an independent steward as Swayze leaves the session after struggling these last couple of races. You gotta say, this is still advantage Toro Rosso, as both Mercedes languishing on about 3 points right now, and Alco gets passed by Scented Crumpets into the into sector 2. Now they're getting close to being lapped, I think, right now. No, they're not. Sorry, completely wrong part of the track. I need to stop drinking before I do a conversation.
What have we got then? Any close battles? Yeah, we do. Here we go. Are we going to go on board? Yeah, we'll go on board and have a look at the battle here, which is close. The only close battle we've got, if you want to know, is with Leon trying to get past the Renault in front. That's the...
A few close battles, but we have DRS trains forming. That's the unfortunate thing. And the Red Bull, the Mercedes actually getting closer and closer together. Alco receiving another time penalty to his name.
Let's have a
What
look.
is Leon up to? Oh, actually, Rocking Kid's very close to the back of the Ferrari. I'll keep you informed of that as you keep an eye on whatever you're looking at. They touch! Rocking Kid touching the top back of the Ferrari. JB Ogun is under pressure. Oh, that seemed like almost a brake check there from the Ferrari to the Alfa Romeo. Down the inside comes Rocking Kid. He makes his way past, and now the Ferrari's under pressure from both Mercedes. Here comes Mike Bundy. He's got the run heading into Young Chow. It's the only name I remember. It sounds like the words Young Cow. I shouldn't be allowed to name corners. I think the Mercedes will be swapping positions soon. There it is, Mike Bundy out of the way of his teammate. The word has been given. Champion, move over. As there's bigger contact. Leon, JB Ogun hitting the back of Rocking Kid, and there's carbon fiber flying everywhere as the Ferrari starts to get aggressive. Trying to get rowdy outside is JB Ogun, and it's not happened. He's still under pressure from the Mercedes. James, what are you seeing here?
Mayhem, really, in this battle you're looking at. And there was a bit of contact as well between Leon, but that has fizzled out pretty much now. That battle. There's it's 50-50 really. I don't know if it's the Ferrari brake checking the Mercedes, or the Mercedes hassling the Ferrari too much and making a little bit of contact. It's really hard to say really on that one.
There we go, JB Ogun again, slow off the corner. Whoa, that was an aggressive move there as he tried to cut off Honey Badger. That well, I think I'm going to pull a serious moustache face there, and I say that's not on JB Ogun, as he flicked the rear end a little bit on Honey Badger.
Here they go then, side by side. Let's see if anyone's made it stick, and he has.
Electra Dan passed by Owen. Was that a mistake from Dan? It's a big mistake from Dan. He's being hounded now as he drops down to P5. It's going to be P6 if he's not careful. He's battling now. P6, he's off the track. And Chen going wow, charging up the past Toro Rosso. Electra Dan dropping a 6 drama here. As you see, no, but Toro Rosso fighting back though into P5, and he's still there. Right now, but Chen going well down the inside. And you see now why GP2 is so competitive. And a little bit of a brake check from Electro Dan there.
He's done
a bit slow on the apex.
We're looking at a different battle there. Mike Blundy's got past the Ferrari there, but back up we go to yours. As I think, yeah, he has. He's overtaken there. Electric Dan here. Let's see if they can do it there.
Electro Dan struggling on. Heads through towards the line.
But it doesn't really matter though, does it? Because at the moment it's only going to be though that I think.
Oh no! A speedy penalty as pure driving comes alongside the Ferrari. See the belt of lag there between the Ferrari and the McLaren. Oh, it's a big contact moment there. Ferrari getting bullied as the Renault drops off the track, and then the C. Pasley in the Toro Rosso, and it's in the wall. It's the Irishman into the barrier. It's a big collision there as the McLaren gets caught up in an incident with with Steve Pasley. Steve Pasley guiding him off the track there. So Steve Pasley getting involved in more collisions tonight and more controversy as Leon gets close to the back of Ollie. Steve Pasley, God, he's aggressive tonight.
Yeah. Oh, they touched.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a freeway train for that one. But as I was saying, it looks like Toro Rosso. If it stays as it is, I think maybe Toro Rosso have done it. Have done. All right, but Crumpets apparently has left the session, so it's an AI driver now of Crumpets.
That is obviously not a JB Hogan. Again, slow off the apex there. That's not down to traction. It wouldn't be down to traction here on lap 10 of the race. JJ Wow dropping down more positions as Colours to God gets a time penalty in P2. See Pasley on the assault on JB Hogan. JB Hogan's moves tonight have been a little bit silly. And now there's there's Ryan Cut going past See Pasley. There's almost contact. There is more contact and a Toro Rosso. No, sorry, the Racing Point span around by the Renault. Last time we saw something like that in turn 1 with a Racing Point, it was the Red Bull getting guided off.
Oh, this circuit. It's always this circuit, though. Crumpet must have just had a bit of disconnection, a bit of lag or something, because he's back now. There is. There he is. The only other battle we've got is Honey Badger trying to get past Chain now. That's the only other real battle.
Tender Crumpets has not returned to his car as of yet. I'll keep an eye on what's happening here. This is the final race of the season. Well, it's almost like the first day back at school. We're going to get that next week as Ollie starts to get closer and closer. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag. It's in the pit lane. James Braden. Oh, that wasn't James Braden breaking his front wing in the pit lane, was it?
Side by side. Further back, just to say, and he's got it. Honey Badger through on Chain Game. Wow. But he gets a 3-second penalty straight away there, and so does Mike Bundy.
No, Mike Bundy, yeah, with a time penalty. So both Mercedes struggling there. The season 4 champion. Like, it's really awkward to say season 4 when I keep thinking we're season 5.
Just to say as well, the Mercedes are now in front of the 2 for Toro Rossos, which means they'll be back in the lead of the constructors. Yes.
Essentially, all we have to see is the Mercedes finish in front of Toro Rosso as Ollie in P2 gets under pressure from Rockin' Kid. Rockin' Kid doing some amazing moves today as he goes for another one. JB Hogan with a time penalty. Another great move there from Rockin' Kid, showing that he's enjoying this track more and more as the laps tick on. Lap 11 out of 36.
Here they go then. Here goes Honey Badger, and he's through. Passed just before he comes into the pits there. He overtook him, so he classes that as an overtake, I would say, not a pit overtake.
So is Rockin' Kid going to lead a lap in SFR here? I don't think he's led a lap in a while as he gets close to the back. JB Hogan with another time penalty. Leon undecided where he's going as he pulls back in, but it's fine. Rockin' Kid was not close enough to really make a move. So both Mercedes on a one-stop strategy. Some of these drivers will have to make two-stop strategies. I think Alco and Sender Crumpets are main ones in that argument there. As Rockin' Kid makes contact with Leon, is that damage on Rockin' Kid's wing now?
Let's have a look.
No damage.
No, not yet. Nearly.
Not yet, yeah. The way this race is going, it might be the words not yet used quite a lot.
Yeah, so far we've seen, I think it's, you've seen an actual crash, 3 spins, and 2 front wings being hit into the back of cars so far, so lots of action actually happened. But Honey Badger right behind them as well. I personally, as Rocking Kid goes into the lead now.
As Leon, because Honey Badger's going to try and chip it up the inside. Not going to happen. He's going to try and go around the outside. Can't get that stick over. He's going to get annoyed. The Flying Dutchman's about to show about his prowess as a driver. DRS opening. He ran very wide there as he cuts across, almost hitting the rain light of the Sauber, and then onto the inside. He makes a mistake.
Oh my, this is just... As the Sauber got it, wrote his way past there, don't think he has got his way through.
Line cut, James Braden.
Let's go back and have a look at that.
On. And now Colours of God right up behind. Remember, Colours of God will be thinking about the Constructors' Championship as well, as Electro Dan 8 seconds behind him. James
Yes.
Brennan. Oh, Ryan cut off track. His tyres are done.
Well, Colours to God just did to do the fastest lap of the race, so
He's two stopping.
it's not surprising though. He just did fast lap of 196, so that is the fastest. Really not surprising.
Andy Cummins has returned to his car now, just to let you know.
That's good there.
Colours of God now pressuring James Braden as he goes into turn 1. It's pretty simple move there. Honda power versus Mercedes power. Williams has to concede as the Toro Rosso Honda is running the new super soft tyres, and we'll see them. Obviously, this is the last race of seeing the multiple colours. These are actually the same colours that we'll be having next season, but under different names. Thank God for that. I'll be able to actually know which ones they are.
That's
So,
good.
Paddy
That's
Badger
good there.
leads from Rockin' Kid in P2 and Mike Bundy in P3. James, your first taste of SpeedForce racing. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's all hectic mayhem and all everything. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's the same like when I joined when I started racing this circuit. It always used to have thrills and spills, and this is definitely one of them. It's really good to see.
Drivers who will not make it to checkered flag tonight. Pure driving after contact with C. Pasley. Swayze, who had a steering wheel issue for the Ferrari's life this season. Lienel and Smelly Badger did not make it past lap 1 after a collision with C. Pasley. No stewards inquiries as of yet, obviously, as Ryan Cutt pulls into pit lane for his second stop tonight, and he'll be going on, I think, a 20-lap stint on the medium tyres to end out season 4 for the Renault. Video Corner saying that Colours of God hopes that he will win today. Well, God Colours actually hasn't got a win this season, so he's looking to hopefully convert that at the end of the season. That'd be great to see if he can win today. Mike Bundy close to the back of Rockin' Kid. We're not far away though for the Mercedes pitting. What do you think, James? Will they go for the medium tyres, or will they try and stretch it out and go for the super soft tyres later on?
Oh!
Whoa, big strike from Mike Bundy!
Yeah, as pure.
I think that's answered our question.
Yeah, I personally think go to the mediums, stint them out for a long period of time, and hope that will work. I would say I think they're looking for a one stop as Rocking and Honey are in the pit. What are they going on to? Let's have a look. Yeah, they are. They're going on to the medium tyres, so the harder tyres.
I swear I saw flecks of rain in the pit lane for a second, but there is no rain on the cars, so we will believe there's none of them. Colours of God back into P2. He's got to stretch it out. Oh, but Rockin' Kid slowed down by a front wing change. So the Alfa Romeo is dropped even further back.
Let's just have a look on board with one of the cars then and just check if it is raining or not. No, it's not raining.
I looked on board, it's not raining, but it might have been just a visual glitch. Codemasters! I do become just a child when I do commentary, I honestly do. Like
that's
Bundy,
absolutely fine.
We'll be seeing him, I assume we'll be hearing, I can't think of who the race engineer for car number 2 is in Mercedes. Oops, they changed it, that's why, so I can't remember. I know, but we've heard Bono come on the radio and say to Honey Badger, pit now. So we'll see what Mike Bundy does. I think we'll hear the race engineer say pit. Is that? So German Jeff commanding Mike Bundy to come to pit lane. Oh, Leon, no, he's only 1/10 behind Honey Badger. This could get interesting. The Norwegian driver. Honey Badger pulls defensive, and Leon. Oh, Honey Badger back across the line of Leon there, didn't realise how close he was as C. Pasley pulls up and round the outside of Rockin' Kid. Rockin' Kid's not giving it up though. Rockin' Kid needs to make up time after that struggle, and again slow off the apex for C. Pasley. Some drivers here are struggling on power as they come out of the apex, I believe. Rockin' Kid coming up and round the outside of the Irishman, and Rockin' Kid's going to be forced out wide, but not enough to warrant a penalty, I don't think. And Steve he's fighting hard. He fought hard last night, and it didn't come his way. This time round, he wants to try and make it work better. And it's not happened. Battles all around. What are you looking at, James?
The battle you're looking at.
I'm looking at lots of battles. I look at everything at once and get nothing at all.
Rockin' Kid and Steve Pasley, we're looking at that.
Oh, Mike Bundy! I'm sorry to interrupt everything, but Mike Bundy on the super soft tyres. Was that the wrong call from Mercedes, or has he genuinely changed his strategy to a two-stop strategy midway through the race? I wonder if he's done that in response to Colours the God.
Probably. But here he goes then.
He passed it with a time penalty. Mike Bundy, so down the inside of Chain Gang Wow, and again, Alco with another time penalty added to his roster. He's struggling tonight in the McLaren. But anyway, that was a slam dunk move for the Mercedes, wasn't it, James? I mean, fresh super soft tyres versus 6/1 medium tyres. It's gonna get easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going to get really easy for him. He's probably going to pick up the field. His teammate, though, right on the back of the red Renault there. Oh, when he goes off.
Whoa, is he? Oh, he did well to catch that. That's Tom for you. He drives that car like he stole it, and he probably did. Under pressure is Ollie as he comes up towards. I just suggested that he Badger steals cars. I mean, why not? He probably saw the Sierra Cosworth in his day. And he does make the move stick right now, but he's not going to have it completely done. Take two, we have a yellow. I'll see if I can find out who that is. It's further back, it looks to be Alco. Oh no, it's Centre Crumpet spinning off into the gravel. He's made a mistake and he has broken his front wing. The Racing Point car as Honey Badger drops behind Owen.
Honey Badger has got back through.
Who wants to watch tonight? The biggest battle in the Constructors' Championship is between Mercedes and Toro Rosso. So look at those two pairings and James Braden, but don't discount any other driver. This shows how competitive SFR really is.
The gap's gone down now to the lead. It's now gone down to it was 0.6. It's now 0.3. So this will be interesting as they come to the line. Is
that down to Colours the God's tyres wearing beyond belief, because James Braden about to retake the lead here in Interlagos, and a simple move as Colours the God knows that they're still winning the championship right now. It's going to be close, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking Mike Bundy does the fastest lap.
They're so quick. These guys are absolutely mental. Rockin' Kid with a time penalty now. Mike Bundy getting close to the back of Leon. Again, he sort of side through all of these cars and not put any more wear on his tyres than he needs to. And that's your dad. So both Toro Rossos are going to have to pit once more in this race. So Honey Badger is the only one out of the Constructors' battle that's on a one-stop strategy right now.
Yep.
Mike Bundy on the assault. So James, do you want to take us through a few laps as lead commentator for a bit?
If you really want.
It's all right. Mistakes will be made, mate.
God, yeah. I always make mistakes when I did lead commentary for a different channel. Still do. I'm not. Yeah, if you want. The Force India that we're looking at right now is, well, we actually have a battle further up, but let's have a look at that now. It's already finished there, but Blundy, we've got a car. Alco is out. I don't know what happened there, maybe just retiring, but here goes Mike Blundy then. Let's have a look. Can I get past? I don't know, I really don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Owen? Is that how you say it?
It's not Owen, but we call him Ollie because that's his given name, so we choose to call himself Ollie.
Okay then, Ollie. Yeah, we have 6-1 yellow. Don't know what that is, but Ollie is still in front of Mike Blundy. But will Mike Blundy get through? to be honest with you, I doubt he is going to get through, but he could try to get through. And on sector 1 and 2, we have a yellow flag there again, so I can't tell you what that is at the moment. No, it's gone now. It has. This is the only real battle we have on circuit, I would say, between these couple of fields.
Colours of God has pitted.
Yeah, so Colours of God has pitted then. There's sector 2, another spinner in sector 2. It must be one of the
it's
ones
Alco's car.
Lower down.
Alco's car has come out of pit lane.
Side by side they go, and he's through. So Mike Blundy is through there on Ollie. Good move there, but here goes Ollie then. Can Ollie get back through? We'll go on board with Ollie for this to have a look. Oh, they nearly touch. That was super close there as they turn into the corner on the outside. He goes. Has he done it? No.
Very close battling there from Ollie and Bundy. Keep going, James. You're doing a good job, mate.
No, well, Blundy. Well, if I pronounce his name wrong, I do apologise, everybody. Blundy really keeping Ollie behind. Any other battles? Oh, there is one more. Ray down the order. No, that's gone up now. It's gone up. The battle has, but it's still there. Is that Creasy? Is that how you say it?
Who? P10.
P10. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
C Pasley.
Okay, C Pasley and Rocking Kid are the only. Is another battle that we're looking at. As Alco leaves now, but let's look at Bundy now. Look at this. He's right on the back. He is here. Has he made it stick? This is for the championship. This will be big constructors. I think this will decide it. And side by side they go. And he's done it. He's got Electro down there, so that means the constructors championship I think will be done. But Electro down tries back, but
contact.
I think there's contact. Yes, there was. Oof. Let's see what Electro Dan can do then into the corner sections of the circuit. These are where I think the slower cars are quicker than the faster cars around the corners. But there's sector 2 with
C Pasley.
C Pasley's off.
I'll find out what happened there.
Let's go back a little bit to a car behind and see what happened here.
Coming through the corner now.
Yep.
Yellow flags are waving as we come through this sector here, and it looks like he's lost that heavily on the barrier. So he clipped the wall on the inside, getting sent into the barrier on the outside.
It's the same place. There, it's the same place as where the two red balls went off, so that is interesting. It will be. Let's just see if this is actually going to do anything. Not really yet, but there is a battle down there. Is it Leon? Is that how you say it? Here,
Leon is being close to his team. To Ollie, yes.
Yes. Can he get through there? I think he can, but Colours to God has got back through now. So let me just work out this one. No, at the moment it looks like it's going to be red. It's going to be a battle here. Can Chain Game get back through? No, he can't. So at the moment it's Mercedes who have won the Constructors' Championship, which is good to see. And I think it will stay the same with Williams. Yeah, Williams will be third in the championship. There they will. We'll head back to you. We'll head that back to you now.
Williams are secure. Very well done, mate, for leading a fair few laps. Thank you for doing that. Well, Williams are secure in the championship now. They have got no challenge from the two McLarens who have since retired from the session. In all of that, we just have to remember that Mike Bundy is going to have to pit once more so he's going to have one more tour down into pit lane before he does anything else. And now the attack comes from Leon on Ollie. Electro Dan, slow. Electro Dan into pit lane. And Leon round the outside of Ollie. He's trying to get past. Ollie broke late. Leon broke early. And Renault versus Haas. Now, this battle in Formula 1, these teams hate each other. Absolutely despise each other. Almost as much as Red Bull hate Renault. But, you know, that's nothing's going to ever beat that. But by 11 seconds, James Braden is leading. Ooh. Here's the question I have for you, James, though. If you're Mike Bundy and you hear the call that Electro does pits, do you pit now, try and cover him off?
Yeah. I would pit. There's a yellow flag out, so I don't know what that's for.
Scented crumpets getting out of the way.
Yes, scented crumpets then get out of the way. Yeah, I would pit. I would personally, if I was Mark Blundy, I would pit. I'd pit now, go on to say the same time again, or go on to the softs, because you have enough of a gap to actually do it. Let me just have a look here. So to the leader, he has so that's he has 30. He has a 30 good gap there. There's a 29-second gap. So yeah, totally agree that he has enough.
Bundy electing not to pit this time round, and the season 4 champion is going to continue one more tour on those super soft tyres. Maybe he'll try and save the tyres behind. He passed his teammate, so there was a call saying, get out of the way, he's stopping this lap. Electrodan, no, he's hunting down, he's going to pass JB Ogan for P10. And that's one more point added to Toro Rosso's charge and their chance at being champion this season.
But I think it's too late, a little bit too late, I think, on that one.
We shall see, indeed. Anything can happen in Formula 1, and so often does. We have 11 laps of racing here in the final race here in GP2, the final race of the season. James Braden is our leader from Mike Bundy in P2 and Honey Badger in P3.
Ollie and Leon.
I think Mike's...
That's quite a close one.
Yeah. Mike continues on for one more lap. It's just getting to the point where he's in trouble now. Rockin' Kid on the charge trying to pass Chain Game. Wow, side by side heading towards turn 1. It's not really a turn, it's more of a kink, to be honest, at the final corner. Rockin' Kid is going to chuck it up the inside of the Haas. And a hysterical move there as Rockin' Kid moves. I'm terrible. I haven't been able to get one this week. I've been so annoyed because I do some decent Haas puns. But the Dutch driver is about to go back around the outside. Whoa, someone's off! Who is it? I saw someone just fly off into what looked like the wall.
No, it was Ollie going straight on a little bit there and let Colours go through. Colours to God go through.
Oh, so is that him wanting to get into the Red Bull Academy for next season? Colours to God charging through. Remember, he's had to stop this race. Battling now with Ollie as he passes into the session. There's almost contact there between the Hasses. But the Hasses between the Haas and the Toro Rosso are terrible. I see the colours and I still don't know the cars. That's the only thing I care about with racing cars. Oh, they look pretty. Ollie on the attack now. Leon aggressively to the outside. Ollie to the inside. 3 wide, and then Ollie bails out. Colours to God still into P4.
Wow. Rockin' Kid's got through as well, so he's through now on Chain Game, and they're side by side now. They are. Is Chain going to make his way back through as Leon and Colours are battling away in front? He has got through, and Colours keeps the 4th position. And it was just to tell you as well, it was Crumpet who actually went off at sector 1 as well.
Wow, Rockin' Kid trying to go around the outside. So did you, mate, trying to go around the outside at Hamilton Corner, as I named it, where he crashed. It's also where Esteban Ocon got his first retirement in Formula 1. Whoa, more contact there. As Chain Game well, struggling on the traction there. Heading into it. Rockin' Kid again. I think he's going to be passer of the day today. He's doing absolutely phenomenal moves, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he should. He hopefully should get through as he goes to the corner. Let's have a look.
Mike Bundy, pit lane.
This is going to give Colours to God a good chance then to actually get a good gap on him and probably help the championship battle for him. Electrodan's
coming through Young Shao now towards the final corner. It's going to be close on pit exit as Leon gets the time penalty. Mike Bundy, he is out of his box. He has been serviced. I'm following them now. Dan is just crossing the line to complete his 28th lap of the tour. Where is Bundy? Has Bundy built up enough of a gap? He has. Mike Bundy, by a margin, has beaten Electrodan out, and that is still advantage Mercedes in the championship.
I don't even know what the gap.
It was 3 points was the gap at the start of the race.
Yeah, so they still got it then.
This is it. We're heading to the 30th lap of the race. 7 more to go. And James Braden doing what James Braden does, sitting in P1 in his Williams, doing his knitting. This is absolutely phenomenal racing here tonight. One of the best races with 18 drivers I've seen in a while. A few drivers out of this race. So, Steve Pasley, Alco, both McLarens, Alco and Pure Driving, both reserve drivers. Swayze, both Red Bulls. So both Red Bulls retiring for the first time in a long, long time. I think the last time we had a double Red Bull retirement was possibly when I drove for them back in season 1. Christian, they didn't defend me enough. Ooh, time penalty for Electro Dan. He's pushing hard. I don't really want the championship to come down to penalties. Do you, James? It's not fun when that happens, is it?
No, it's definitely not fun when that happens. As the only real battle we have on circuit now is between Chain Game Wow and Rocking Kid, and that is it. The only real battle we had.
Cedric Crumpets is now the fastest man on track at 109.004. Secretly, what Cedric Crumpets is going to be doing. He's got James Braden right behind you. So blue flags are waving for the Racing Point car. Get out of the way, Strollmobile. Here comes the Williams. But he's not getting out of the way right now. He might be waiting until Sector 2, but he's affecting the leader a bit. He's costing the leader time, so maybe Braden will be on the radio yelling to Claire Williams and Rob Spendy, go and get him out of the way.
If it stays as it is, apparently Mercedes win by 10 points.
See, now this is why I have the chat open, because people tell me things. I can't do maths to save my life. Actually, maths, to be honest, would end my life quicker than saving it. Definitely don't have an exam next week. But yes, that is going to be great to see Mercedes. They want to go for the double, but remember, anything can happen. Something can happen to Mike Bundy, which still would not hand it to Toro Rosso. But I think if the top 2 split, if Hardy Ledger swapped, it might be more to do with Mike Bundy. And to be honest, I couldn't remember it. I can't even understand what I just said there, so I apologise. Oh, we have a time here at SFR. James Braden has backed off from Cedric Crumpets. So Cedric Crumpets, who by the looks of it didn't have blue flags, he's having blue flags now in the Racing Point. So he's going to... Oh, Mike Bundy, 1/10 away, mate.
Yep, and he's
huge
through.
Lag. Ryan Cutt's lagging like an absolute lag thing. I don't know what lags. An old turbocharged engine. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my worst one of the season. Worst of the season there.
Yeah, and just to say as well, we have a battle. I know this is irrelevant to most people, but we have a battle for 6th in the points. At the start, it was 3 points in it between Alfa Romeo and Haas for 6th in the constructors. Just to say, so I don't know who's. I think it's Haas are still leading that one. So Haas, I think, have got that secure.
We shall see. Only one Alfa Romeo in the top 10 right now, and that's Rockin' Kid. I think only one Alfa Romeo made it to the race tonight.
And yes,
so the Alfa car. Go on.
Yes, I was just about to say the Haas is in 4th, so they've pretty much got that one covered.
Mike Bundy attacking Chain Game Wow now to relegate the Dutch driver to P8. Relegate to P8. Another one of my famous jokes. And if Leon doesn't have any, I don't know why I call him Leon. If Leon doesn't have any penalties, he could take 3rd away from God Colours if God Colours keeps going on, because I think he's got another time penalty to his name.
Here goes Ryan. Down the inside, has he done it? Let's have a look.
Squeezing him. Back around the outside, and Ryan Cutt defending through as well. Sector 2 and 3, I believe that's got Cedric Crumpets getting out of the way. It may have just been at the end. A Rockin' Kid attacking Ollie, but Chain Game Wow, he's not giving it up, is he, James?
No, he hasn't. He's trying every single thing to do, and same with Rockin' Kid. He's not giving up on the battle in front either. So on Ollie there, so lots of battles still going on here. Let's check if this one's going to go anywhere. Is he going to get DRS? Let's have a look. He does. He puts it on straight away. Let's see if Rockin' Kid can get through on Ollie. Side by side they go. On the outside line he's got though, and he's done it. So he is through up to 5th position. So for Alfa Romeo versus Haas, it's 4th and 5th. The battle on there is 4th and 5th. So that one is looking close, but here goes Ollie.
Contact between Chain Gang Wow and the other Renault, but Rockin' Kid has got the advantage now, and Mike Bundy's getting closer and closer to these guys. Oh god, here comes Ollie trying to go around the outside here. It's an aggressive move, it's an inspired move, but it's not enough to pass the 73 car. Rockin' Kid is still leading this little charge here, but he's left the door open, and it's a big barge, and he's shoved him out the way. But Rockin' Kid coming back at him. These two are going to be battling on for the next century and a half, aren't they?
Yes.
The future of SFR right here.
It's letting Bundy catch up though, so...
Well, it's not anymore, because Ollie has had a big rear end moment there in the Renault. That's Renault's story for this entire season, struggling on rear end grip. We're on to the penultimate lap of the race here. James Braden looking comfortably in the Williams. We so often see him at the top. At one point he had a 4-race winning streak after joining the championship late. Mike Bundy now coming round the outside of Rockin' Kid. It'd be a pretty simple move here for Bundy, the championship leader and the new champion in SFR. Every season we've had a new champion, heading into our 5th season next season round. I wonder if that time we'll have a repeat champion.
About to go side by side there they were, and Ryan Cuts there has got through on Chain Game Wow, so he's back through there on the side by side they just had, so anything really can go here. So it does look like we have a Mercedes winning the championship constructors. 3rd place is done, I think, on that one.
James Braden has begun the final lap of the race. I'll keep an eye on him for you, James, so you can jump on board with him at the end of the lap, and we can watch him celebrate this, because I think he's going to win this race. He's got a nice relaxing drive around him. Unless he completely has an engine trouble, I don't believe he'll lose this race.
The only other battle is now heading into corner 1, and that is Chow Gaming Wow and Ryan Cut. The only other battle I can see is the only one that's under a second apart from each other, which they are, but I don't think he's going to get through. No, he's not, so he's backed off there, and I think the leader is near the end of the lap. Let's just have a look at the leader.
He is now.
Yes, he is. Let's go on board.
So, James, would you like to take us away with the final crossing the line of the season?
No, you can do that one if you want.
Oh, I guess I have to now. James Braden now, an inspired drive. He's going to cross the line to win finally again in SFR. And we're 5 seconds off and go bouncy unserved. It will not affect his time, because Honey Badger is going to win the Constructors' Championship for Mercedes in P2, and Toro Rosso finishing in P3 with finishing in P2 in the championship. It's not enough. Mike Bundy is battling Leon to the line, and Bundy gets 4th on penalties. Leon drops down past Rockin' Kids. The Renaults come line astern in P7 and P8. Chain Gang Wow, P9, and Electro Dan, what could have been in P10. JB Ogun will finish in P11, Centre Crawford in P12, but James Braden is P1 tonight in the final round, in the final winner of GP2. Well done, James Braden.
What a race.
What a brilliant race there, James. Any thoughts before we head over to the podium?
No, just a really good race. Here's the podium there. But no, I really think that was a really good race. Everyone battled really well for that one. A shame that it couldn't go any closer between the Toro Rosso and the Mercedes drivers, but yeah.
Well, Mike Bundy jumping onto the radio saying that was hard. Well done to the team for winning the championship. This, the last race in SFR on the 2018 spec cars. Next time you see these drivers on track, they'll be driving something a lot quicker and having a lot more fun. So, barring any stewards investigations, here is the final results of the season 4. James Braden P1 ahead of Honey Badger in P2. An inspired drive from him, who started P10. Colours got in P3, Mike Bundy in P4, Roddenkidd in P5, Leon is in P6, Ollie is in P7, Ryan Cutt is in P8, Shane Going Wow is in P9, and Electro Dan scores the final point of SFR Season 4. Outside of the top 10, JB Ogan finished in P11, Centre Crumpets finished in P12. See Pasley, these are drivers that didn't finish now. Excuse me, see Pasley in see Pasley, Alco. Pure Driving, Swayze, Lionel, and Spelly Badger did not make it to the flag, as I butchered the end of that. Mercedes doing the double in SFR. They've won both Constructors' Championships. What a brilliant team, showing how strong both of the Mercedes teams are in SFR.
And yes, the chat just saying they're well done too. Toro Rosso putting up a fight. They did put up a fight, but it was a little too late, I would have to say.
Toro Rosso just missing out, and shows how difficult that was once more. Okay, so let's get these top three into the chat. Got Colours to God. See if he wants to have a chat tonight. Sometimes he chooses not to. We'll have to invite him the traditional way. We want Colours to God. We'll invite Mike Bundy as well if he wants to, because of being a champion. We'll do that afterwards though. See if Bundy wants to come in. Honey Badger and who was second? James Braden. James Braden was P1. So we'll get him in. James Braden. There we go. That's the three sent invites. We'll see what happens as we wait to see who will join us. We'll invite Mike Bundy after this. So we'll wait and see what happens. Wow, James, was that your first? Did you enjoy your first commentary session of SFR? James Braden has joined us, and we do have Mike Bundy wanted to join us, and we think it's only fair to bring the champion in. So we'll get him in now. So Honey Badger joins us. He so often does.
Finally! It's about time.
Showing off there. So we'll just wait and see what is it as we get to, as I just quickly get the standings up so I can remind myself of it. We've got both Mercedes, a Williams, and and two commentary plebs. Cannot for the life of me think of anything. It doesn't look to be that we'll be having Gold Colours joining us tonight, so we'll start out with with Honey Badger as he finished in P2. Now Honey Badger, how many times do you say to me that you've never won a championship?
I don't know. But I never did.
Way too many.
Yeah.
Constructors champion of season 3. Season 4, sorry. How does that feel for the Mercedes team?
Oh, it's great. I really need that. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what to say. My race wasn't great, but I didn't need to be. I just wanted to win this championship.
So you started P10 and you came all the way up to P2. I mean, you say your race wasn't great. Was that strategy, or were you just battling hard?
I think it was strategy. I think the one-stop error is usually faster. But yeah, I don't know. My qualifying was absolutely terrible, shocking. But then I think in the race it was decent. I mean, we finished in P1. James, I think he was just too fast. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not good with the names, but yeah, I think he was just too fast today. But congratulations to him. But I just wanted to.
Are you excited, Honey Badger?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
We'll move over and talk to the race winner, though. Sorry, before we go to James Braden, Cadwell, do you have any words for Honey Badger?
No, not really. He's answered the question I was going to say, so.
Well, I do apologise for seeing the questions. All right, so we'll move on to our friend James Braden. Now, Mr. Braden.
Hiya.
We're gonna have to put a tax on you being up here because you're up here way too often.
I haven't been for the last, what, 3 races, was it been? 2, 3? So yeah, it's nice to return to winning ways today.
Yet your last point scoring result was, guess what? A win in Spain.
Where was that at? Oh, Spain, yeah.
Yeah, you had a 4 race winning streak, so you're back to form, and now that's 5 races under your belt. You've only won races you've started this season.
In this division, yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, no, I had a couple of scrappy races in Spa and Silverstone, which I wasn't too happy about, but yeah, felt a lot more comfortable today. Race pace was good. Obviously, I got that 5-second stop and go. I thought the white line was further up, so when I got it, I was like, oh, whoops. So yeah, and I wasn't sure if the mediums would make it to the end. I had 77% on the last lap, so I was just trying to cruise to the finish, and obviously just try and make sure that I had that 5-second gap. I think Honey Badger had a penalty anyway, so it was about 2 seconds. Yeah, so I was just trying to just cruise to the finish, which I did, and yeah, had a good battle with Colours to God. So yeah, it was a good race.
All in all, are you looking forward to season 5? I think you'll
Yeah.
be. I think even you will say you're looking forward to returning to the Premier Division when we reopen it.
Yeah, yeah. I spoke to Lee. I think I'll be going back to Prem. But I'd say to the guys in Division 2, it's been really good fun. Really enjoyed it. Great races, and I wish all of them the best in the future. But yeah, I'll probably be going back to Prem and see what I can do there.
So, Cadwell, any questions for James Braden?
No, just well done for winning.
Thank you.
Alright, well, I guess we probably should talk to him now, shouldn't we? What do you think, Cadwell? Should we talk for the champion? He's
Yeah.
No,
sat
you don't have to. No, you
Yeah.
don't have to.
Andy,
Yes.
you and me are gonna have words. You said you're not good at Brazil.
I know, I'm not. Did you see where I was?
Yeah,
Did you see
but
where
you still did some amazing moves. Take us through that race before we talk about this season as a whole for you.
Well, I mean, the race was pretty eventful, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how many passes I had to make. I didn't feel very comfortable at the start of the race. I don't know if it's because I changed my front wing slightly, that I didn't have any straight line speed, so when I pitted, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to supers and try and do a 2-stop and try and catch up some positions. And then my teammate let me past, which was very handy because it helped me create a bit more of a gap. So thanks to him. And then, yeah, I mean, just happy to beat the Toros for the championship.
Agree with that.
This season as a whole, you think you've had the best season you have in racing here at SFR, or do you think you can go one better in season 5?
I don't know about one better because I think I'm going to be in the Prem division, so it'll be a lot more difficult. So
You get racing against me.
yeah. Well, no, you just take me out. But yeah.
Whoa, I'm not that bad. I'm pretty bad, but I'm not that bad. No, I'd take out Tom. And maybe Braden, but yeah.
Cheers, mate.
It's the last race in the 2018 spec cars. They're going to be nice. So, Bundy, are you looking forward to... If there's no real question to ask you, because you already won the championship and all that, are you looking forward to be wrecking around in that Mercedes next season, or are you looking to sign a new deal with another team?
I'll keep my options open. If Mercedes want me, they can pay my fee, but if anyone else wants to...
It's a ridiculous amount how much you charge.
If anyone else wants to pay my fee, then do it.
We shall see indeed. So, Cadwell, any questions for our champion, Mr. Bundy?
No, just actually, what did you think when you were like near? Where were you? Like 12th in the race. Did you ever think you were going to get back up to where you finished?
To be honest, at the start, no. Not the first stint. I mean, I was stuck behind. Well, we were all sort of in a pack, and I can't remember who I was with. But I let my teammate pass because he was much quicker than me. So I thought after that, just get my head down, drive as fast as possible, and I mean, I'm just happy we won the championship. To be honest, I know. Obviously, Electro Dan had a terrible second half of the race, I think. But I'm just happy we won the championship.
Alright then, a brilliant season has come to an end. You guys are all free to go if you so choose to leave. That's fine, go drink champagne, go do whatever you like, because we are going to say goodbye to these cars. I know, Bundy, you're probably going to be crying a little bit as you say goodbye to that Mercedes. I'm disappointed in their response on that. Anyway, so James, your first
Sorry,
taste...
I had my mic off.
Oh, what was your response then? Or was it better that you had your mic off?
I'm not going to miss these cars. I'm looking forward to next season's cars, so bring it on.
And as soon as we see him in the first race, he'll go, bring me back to 2018. Alright, so if I could just take away Cadwell for a second. Cadwell, mate, that race was phenomenal. Out of 10, what would you score that for your first time here in SFR?
Out of 10, an 8.
Pretty standard 8s all the way through the season we've had. We've enjoyed that number. It's a good number this season.
Yeah.
But yes, so what a brilliant race for GP2, and a nice goodbye to the 2018 game. Cadwell, are you looking forward to doing a full season with us next season?
Yes, I'm happy to do a full season with you.
It's going to be so fun, and hopefully, come Australia, we're going to have some fun with new deals signed. But SFR is not done, and I don't know, I haven't talked about this, but, well, no, I did talk about this, sorry. We have a post-season show that's going to be happening tomorrow night. Me and Alex will be taking you through every race of the season. We'll be chatting about it, chatting about different drivers, and chatting about how fun the season was. I think we'll probably have top 10 jokes as well, and most of my house puns will be knocked out, because it's fantastic. But nonetheless, James, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you up here in the commentary booth for Australia.
That's alright.
Well then, let's get ready to say goodbye to SFR. Season 4 is done. Join us in a few weeks' time, and we will have some pre-season testing before we go to Season 5 here in SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB. Thank you, James, for joining me. Thank you to all the drivers for coming in and charging through and making this run of the 2018 game the best that we've ever had in SFR. Thank you so much for watching us, and we will see you next time. James, you're free to end the stream now. Ta-ra, guys.